Alrighty, so before we do start the video, I just want to let you guys know that in the beginning of every video of mine, I'm going to be shout-outing two people, and I'm going to be putting their channels in the description below so you guys can check them out. So, for the video today, two people I'm going to be shouting out are two of my best friends. The first one is the Bobby G42. He's a really cool YouTuber. He does a lot of gameplays, obviously Call of Duty and some Resident Evil. So go ahead and check him out. And my other shout out is BloonZZ. He does some Overwatch gameplay. He recently just made his channel, so go ahead and check him out as well. And yeah, that's all for the shout outs for today. If you guys want to shout out your channel, let me know in the description below, and I'll be happy to shout out you in my next video. But anyway guys, hope you guys enjoyed the video, and I'll see you guys next time. Batman, one of the most iconic superhero of all time, and preferably the most adored superhero of all time. Throughout the video, I will be going over Batman's early life, his relationships with other people, his batsuit, and his most iconic enemies. So, stay put as I give a history of the most iconic superhero of all time, Batman. Bruce Wayne was born to the parents of Dr. Thomas Wayne and Martha Wayne. Both Thomas and Martha were extremely rich, owning their own plaza, Wayne Plaza, and their own tower, the Wayne Tower. Bruce's parents played an extremely important role in Gotham and influenced many citizens of Gotham. Unfortunately, it was in Crime Alley behind the Monarch Theater where Thomas and Martha Wayne met their demise. Walking homeward, Bruce, his father, Thomas, and mother, Martha, accidentally ventured into Gotham City's notorious Crime Alley and were accosted by a mugger. Not content merely to rob the wealthy family, the hoodlum, whose identity was never determined, shot Dr. Thomas and Martha Wayne dead before fleeing into the darkness. As he knelt beside his parents' bodies, Bruce swore to avenge them. After the police arrived, Bruce was comforted by Dr. Leslie Tompkins. Dr. Tompkins and Alfred Pennyworth helped arrange matters so that Gotham's social services would not take Bruce into care. In this way, both Dr. Tompkins and Alfred enabled Bruce to realize his dream of becoming a crusader against crime. At age 14, Bruce embarked on a journey that took him to every continent as he sought to learn all the skills he would need to keep his vow. He studied criminology, forensics, and criminal psychology, and learned from manhunters and martial artists, mastering every fighting style. In time, Bruce forged himself into a living weapon to wage war on crime and injustice. On his return to Gotham, Bruce stalked street thugs as a plainclothes vigilante. Beaten by the very people he intended to protect, he barely survived his first night out. As he sat bleeding in his study at Wayne Manor, Bruce knew that he had to strike fear in the hearts of his foes. Just then, a bat crashed through the study window, giving Bruce the inspiration he needed. Establishing a secret headquarters in the caves beneath his mansion, Bruce became Batman, a dark knight to protect Gotham and its citizens from vice and villainy. Alfred Pennyworth remained his confidant, tending to injuries and offering sage advice, whether requested or not. Batman became an urgent legend, a cautionary tale that sent shivers through the city's underworld. This Cape Crusader found a friend in Captain James Gordon, a Gotham cop who didn't approve of Batman's methods, but appreciated the results of his nightly crime fighting. Batman's rogues gallery grew to include a host of bizarre criminals such as the Joker, Catwoman, Two-Face, and the Penguin. Batman is a feared vigilante in Gotham, and it's a mistake to any others who face the Dark Knight. During Batman's early years, he sought out to seek a temporary sidekick, in which he witnessed a young Dick Grayson's parents murdered in front of him. Batman then adopted Dick Grayson under his mantle to hone young Grayson into becoming the first of his superhero sidekick, Robin. The first Robin was carefully schooled by Batman, learning all the skills he would need to bring Boss, Zuko, the murderer of Grayson's parents, to justice. Before long, Dick was ready for action. Swearing a solemn oath, he joined the Dark Knight's crusade as his most trusted partner, Robin, the Boy Wonder. After several years in service to the Dark Knight, Grayson, then leader of the Teen Titans, relinquished the mantle of Robin when Batman forced him to choose between his duties with the Titans and his promise to aid the Dark Knight. Adopting the identity of Nightwing, Dick continued to battle crime while remaining Batman's close ally. Batman met juvenile delinquent and presumed orphan Jason Todd when the boy literally tried to steal the tires right off the Batmobile. With original partner Dick Grayson having given up the role of Robin, Batman decided to take Jason in and offer him both a home and a purpose. Jason began the same training regimen Grayson once undertook to become the Dark Knight's partner. However, Jason was a troubled soul who lacked maturity and was quick to anger. When Jason discovered clues that his long-lost mother was alive, he secretly traveled to Africa to find her. Tragically, the trail also led him straight into the clutches of the Joker, who savagely beat the second boy wonder within an inch of his life. The clown prince of crime left Jason and his mother to die in a booby-trapped warehouse, wired from floor to ceiling with high explosive charges. Jason courageously tried to shield his mother from the brunt of the devastating blast. She survived the explosion just long enough to tell a grief-stricken Batman that his reckless, young partner had died a hero. Tim Drake was barely more than a toddler when he sat in the stands at Haley's Circus and watched the Flying Graysons fall to their doom. Tim was transfixed as the Dark Knight swooped down to comfort young Dick Grayson. The moment was burned into his memory. Years later, Tim saw news reports of an unhinged Batman becoming more and more violent following the death of the second Robin, Jason Todd. Using his detective skills, Tim reduced the secret identity of Batman and the first boy wonder, Dick Grayson. After revealing this knowledge to the original dynamic duo, Tim argued the need for a Robin to give the Dark Knight hope, especially when faced with a seemingly hopeless and unyielding war on crime. Though reluctant at first, Batman gave Tim the opportunity to prove that he was good as his word. After months of grueling training, Tim Drake became the third Robin. It is a job at which Tim excels, despite the constant struggle of balancing his crime-fighting life with the day-to-day battles of just being a teenager. A former member of the Young Justice, Tim presently belonged to the latest incarnation of the Teen Titans. Alfred Thaddeus Crane Pennyworth is Bruce Wayne's valet at Wayne Manor. He knows that Bruce is secretly Batman and aids him. Alfred Pennyworth, after a varied career, was employed as the Wayne Manor valet when Bruce Wayne's parents were killed. Alfred raised the young orphan and reluctantly aided him in his quest to become Batman. His many skills, ranging from cooking to medicine, make him Batman's staunchest ally, along with a formal demeanor that grounds the Dark Knight and deflects those who might otherwise suspect Batman's true identity. CEO of Wayne Enterprises, Lucius Fox has the Midas touch, an ability to turn failing businesses into successful conglomerates. Fox is called into the failing Wayne Enterprises and brings a balance to both Wayne's private and business finances, including, as shown in Batman Confidential, heading the project that produced the prototype that would become the Batwing. In addition, he also manages the particulars of the Wayne Foundation, as well while Wayne dictates the organization's general policies. Since then, Fox has been approached time and time again by other companies seeking his expertise. After overcoming the original challenge of returning Wayne Enterprises to its glory, Fox has elected to stay, having been given an unparalleled freedom in the company. In most incarnations of the Batman mythos, Gordon is the police commissioner of Batman's home of Gotham City. He shares the hero's deep commitment of ridding the dark and corrupting city of crime. In Golden and Silver Age comics and on the 1960s Batman television show, Gordon fully trusts and is even somewhat dependent on Batman. In most modern stories, he is somewhat skeptical of Batman's vigilante method, but recognizes the necessity of Batman and the two, having mutual respect and tacit friendship. He was the husband of Barbara Keene Gordon and Sarah Essen Gordon. Gordon is also the father or adopted father, depending on the continuity of Barbara Gordon, the original Batman and later Oracle, and James Gordon Jr. Despite the circumstances, Commissioner Gordon is a loyal and helpful ally to Bruce, aiding him throughout his missions using a bat form. Batman's batsuit is bulletproof and fire-resistant, featuring a weighted cape and a cowl outfitted with night vision technology and communications arrays. Utility belt contains an arsenal of crime-fighting gear, including various types of offensive batarangs, D-cell jump lines and grapnels, micro camera, smoke pellets, actinoline torch, gas mask, rebreather, and flexi cuffs, among other miniaturized non-lethal weapons. Batman employs a variety of detective gadgets, including microcomputers and crime scene analysis kits. He maintains a fleet of high-tech and high-powered vehicles, chief among the Batmobile, Batcycle, Batboat, Batplane, and Batcopter. Sophisticated Batcave headquarters houses training facilities, forensics laboratories, computer databases, and a maintenance base for all Bat vehicles. Bane is an escaped convict from an island prison in South America and a supervillain/assassin. Bane has abnormal physical strength as a result of having undergone experiments involving a derivative of the drug venom. He became known as the man who broke the bat when he broke Batman's back, forcing Bruce Wayne to give up the Batman persona while he recuperated. He's the only rogue to have broken Batman's back, and he's also known as the man who broke the bat. Selina Kyle, also known as Catwoman, is not really an enemy of Batman. Currently portrayed as an orphan who learned to survive on Gotham City streets, Selina took to thievery to survive, but determined to do it in style. She learned martial arts and trained extensively to perfect her skills in cat burglary. Her criminal activities are often tempered by a reluctant altruism, making her an inconstant villain and an occasional ally to Batman. She regularly eludes capture by the Dark Knight and maintains a complicated adversarial relationship with Batman that frequently turns flirtatious and occasionally legitimately romantic. She's one of Batman's best known loves. The Penguin, one of Batman's oldest foes, is an eccentric criminal mastermind, known as much for his love of ornithology and trick umbrellas as for his already shady business dealings. Gotham City's popular Iceberg Lounge serves as Penguin's front for a number of illegal financial stature. The Penguin is a wily foe whose umbrellas conceal a variety of deadly weapons and gadgets. The Riddler, Edward E. Nygma, is an enemy of Batman, known for his purple domino mask and green question mark covered costume, either as a skin-tight catsuit or a business suit and bowler hat and a special question mark shaped cane. The Riddler is obsessed with riddles, puzzles, and word games. He delights in forewarning police and Batman of his capers by sending them complex clues. Harvey Dent was Gotham City's amiable and courteous district attorney, and one of Batman's strongest allies until Sal, Boss Maroni, threw acid in his face, hideously scarring him. It also fractured his mental state, causing him to become Two-Face, a schizoid criminal mastermind obsessed with duality and the number 2. His former good luck charm, a two-headed silver dollar with one side defaced, has been seized as a reflection of Dent's half-scarred visage. He flips it to decide the fates of his victims. Despite Batman's efforts to reform his former ally, Dent is consumed by his fixation on chance, and his crimes are designed to prove out his diametric philosophy. The Joker is a supervillain and archenemy of Batman. He was first introduced in Batman #1, spring 1940, and has remained consistently popular. The Joker is a master criminal with a clown-like appearance and is considered one of the most infamous criminals within Gotham City. Initially portrayed as a violent sociopath who murders people for his own amusement, the Joker later in the 1940s began to be written as a goofy trickster thief. That characterization continued throughout the late 1950s and 1960s, before the character became depicted as a vicious, calculating psychopathic killer. The Joker has been responsible for numerous tragedies in Batman's life, including the paralysis of Barbara Gordon, Batgirl/Oracle, and the murders of Jason Todd, the second Robin, and Jim Gordon's second wife, Sarah Essen Gordon. Thanks for watching this first video of the Who Is series. This is something I've never done before on my channel. If you want to see a character from any book, movie, or video game, let me know in the comments below. Also, if you want a shout out, go ahead and leave a comment down below saying you want a shout out. If you want to see how to verify your YouTube account without using an actual phone, click the box on the left. If you want to view a random video of mine, click the box on the right. Well, that's all for now. Subscribe if you're new and hit that like button for more content. As Batman would say to his enemies, I am the Batman. Peace, guys.